Alright, so here we are with musical historian Elvis Joshua Savoy Superstar. Okay, so we're here talking about MCA's horrible death that just happened. First, why don't you tell us a little bit about when you first just were introduced to Beastie Boys and MCA?
When I was first introduced to the Beastie Boys, my friend Ben Shinky had the tape in grade school, and he was playing it in the playground. And I thought, oh boy.
What album was that?
License to Ill.
Okay, and what was the first Beastie Boys album that you owned?
License to Ill.
Okay, so is it true that you knew someone that personally knew MCA?
Yeah,
right?
I knew somebody who dated MCA.
Someone who dated MCA.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us some more about that.
This one time she got everybody backstage passes at Lollapalooza. I didn't go, but she got everybody backstage passes. And they hung out with George Clinton.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us about that. What was that?
They smoked crack, I hear. Or he was smoking crack and offered to get them to smoke crack.
Wow. George Clinton
Mm-hmm.
offered this girl that dated MCA to smoke crack.
Yep.
Wow. So when did you first hear about MCA's death?
I was at work. I was installing a sound system in this school, and we were playing the radio while we did that, and it came over the radio.
And what were your first thoughts on that?
Oh no. I thought, I knew he had cancer, but then I'd kind of forgotten, and I thought that he was going to pull through, and then he didn't.
So what about
I thought, no more. I was like, oh man, no cool album coming out. No tour.
So what about his, was it he was into Buddhism?
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about that?
About him being involved in it, or
Yeah.
Buddhism in general, or what?
His involvement with Buddhism. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know too much about it. I know he was involved with it. I know he was involved with Tibet, and I read a story about him meeting the Dalai Lama, and the Dalai Lama laughing at him.
Well, that's pretty funny. Okay, here's the real question. What do you think the remaining Beastie Boys should do now that MCA is gone? Should they do another album? Should they stay the Beastie Boys? What do you think?
They should do solo stuff, but they should do one last album. They should go be like, Adam, this last one is for you. We remember you. Here, check it out. We love you, Adam. Something like that, you know?
And then that's the last album.
Last song.
Last song.
Yeah.
One last song by the Beastie Boys.
Yep.
And then they should do solo careers.
Yep.
Wow.
To help everybody deal with it.
Interesting. So, what albums of MCA's do you own?
I own all the Beastie Boys.
Every album ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And how many is that?
I'm not sure off the top of my head, because I got some bootlegs too.
Okay. Well.
And a video. I have a VHS. Beastie Boys VHS.
So do you know, was MCA into drugs? Was he into drinking?
Not at the time of his death. He had been when he was younger.
So
This song right here, he talks about. They talk about doing whippets and.
right.
They did a lot of acid on this album. They talk
Really?
about doing ecstasy.
Wow. But then he had some sort of change when he did the Buddhism thing, or?
I think he was just done with it. May or may have not been related to the Buddhism.
When did you first find out that MCA had cancer?
When they canceled the shows for the Hot Sauce Committee.
And what year was that?
That was this year, or last year.
Really?
Well, first they pushed back. They were going to release Hot Sauce Committee, and then they pushed it back, and didn't release it on time because of his cancer. And then they were supposed to play some shows, and they didn't play the shows. And then they did like a message, him and Adam Horowitz released this message saying, hey, we got this thing, we got to deal with it. And then at the time he was saying it was very treatable, and that's kind of why I was like, forgot about it and didn't think it was that big of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, this pretty much took the nation by storm, right?
It took the nation.
So did you see his funeral? Was that televised?
His funeral hasn't happened yet, actually.
It hasn't happened yet.
No.
That's interesting.
There's some debate because his family was Jewish and he was Buddhist, so they're not sure how to do it to please everybody yet.
Wow. Have they done some sort of wait, some sort of viewing?
I don't think so.
Wow, interesting.
I might be wrong. I don't know about all that.
So this is still up in the air, though, the funeral procedures. Wow. Well, there you have it. We have the up-to-date commentary here with musical historian Elvis Joshua, voice superstar. I'm Joe Douglas. Thanks for watching.